Okay, got it. Today, it is the time for us from Group 2 to continue our part to this group presentation exercise. The title that we will presenting is from topic number 3, which is construction material management and wastage control. Okay, next. This is our group. Our group consists of me, Zakiri Musa, and 3 other members, Mr. Ibrahim, Mr. Asuha, and Miss Nurul Ashikin.
Nice.
So the content of this presentation is prepared based on subtopic described in the study plan by Dr. Lina on the first week of our class as follows, with the addition to the content number 4, which is a real case study reference. This presentation will be started by my colleague, Miss Nurul Ashikin. I welcome her. Please, Nurul.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Z. So now I will present about 3.1, Principle of Material Wastage Management. Okay, nowadays Malaysia has executed many projects such as high-rise commercial, highway, expressway, tunnel, bridge, industrial building, school, hospital, power plant, mass rapid transit rail system, and housing scheme. Besides, Malaysia has also executed many construction projects for the tourism and manufacturing sector. The development of construction in Malaysia has been effect to the increasing of construction waste. The production of construction waste from construction project has given a negative impact to the environment, especially in illegal dumping activities, and is a sign that Malaysia construction waste management need to be concerned. Okay, this is the construction waste management scenario in Malaysia. Based on my reading, I identify various Malaysian scenario about construction waste management. First, based on Begum R.A, she states that the growth of concrete consumption and the amount of concrete waste correlate to the growth of the country development. The Malaysian construction industry waste constitute a large portion of solid waste every year in Malaysia. Means that the more construction develop, the more concrete waste produced. Next, Gunalan says that many demolition projects need to be carried out to tear down old building structure to provide space for the new building development. The amount of demolition waste is generated is 2 times more than the amount of construction waste. Okay. One article that I read highlight that illegal dumping construction waste becoming depressing in Malaysia. Illegal dumping activity from construction project have contributed bad impact to the environment, social and economy. Illegal dumping means that depositing the solid waste. Illegal dumping happened when the scheduled waste was not properly managed by the company. Next, the scenarios in Malaysia from Wang state that the construction waste and debris disposed after the completion of project can be sorted into 3 categories, which are masonry rubble, 40 to 45%, concrete waste, 30 to 35%, timber and metal, 6%. Okay. So this is the definition. What is construction waste? Construction waste are any building material, concrete, steel, timber, and other material which are arising from various construction activity. The construction, renovation, and demolition activities which generate waste, the excess or damaged product during the construction work, and temporary product used during the activity are called waste. Waste management. Next is about the waste management. Waste management is the process of handling waste from its inception to the final disposal. It includes collecting, transporting, sorting, treating, and appropriately disposing of the garbage. Traditionally, the waste is described as any unusable or unwanted material in the form of solid, gas, and liquid. We need to thanks to the advanced technology in waste management that the waste can be also used as a resources and has the economic value. The burden of waste management has often been placed on the government and local authorities. However, the adverse effect of the poor waste management on the environment and the people cannot be left to the government to be sought out. Companies and individuals must also take part in the waste management. Basically, it's all about the process, strategy, and the practice that involve managing the waste from the production at the state levels, means from the smallest place to its disposal at the national level to the big stage. Okay, now is about the objective of the construction material management. The first one is efficient material planning. Material planning is very important because it is the process of figuring out what and how much is needed in order to produce good within a specific time frame and ensuring the time delivery of the material. Accurate material planning can contribute significantly to the efficient and profitability of a company. The second one is procuring and receiving. Material procurement is the process of like researching, selecting, order, and buy and pay for the raw material. It requires for the constructing a building or structure. Procurement of any kind um, involve identifying and selecting vendor and supplier. The third one is storing and inventory control. It is important to having stock to avoid any shortage in the product of the company that we work with. The more unit, the lower the unit cost of the product in general. Having the product stored enable immediate availability to meet the customer demand. So the fourth one is quality assurance. Quality assurance basically is to ensure that the product delivered to the customer meet the contractual and other agreed upon performance, design, reliability, and maintainability expectation of the customer. The last objective is efficient buying or purchasing. It means that having a good control over sales and keeping data up to date is essential to have an efficient efficient purchase management. So this slide is about the benefit of the construction material management and the wastage control. The first one is reduce material and disposal costs. The good planning on material handling could reduce the waste generated, hence reduce the material wastage. It means that less waste that can be taken to landfill in the same time will reduce the fees for the disposal. The second one is lower the CO2 emission to the environment, and it will save the environment and prevent global warming. And also avoid combustion on incineration and open burning. For the third one is increase competitive differentiation. It will give benefit to both contractor and developer, help to meet the client objective and requirement on achieving good practice of waste material management. The fourth benefit is meeting planning requirement. It means that it's increasing good environment performance as a part of development process. For the example, setting condition by the authorities. The last one is responding to changes in public policy. This benefit is related to the compliance to any government legislation on construction waste management on site.
Sorry, again about the increases competitive differentiation. So what do you mean by that?
I mean it will give benefit to both contractor and developer to meet the client objective and requirement on achieving a good practice of waste WMM, waste material management.
Is it competitive? How they want to make it competitive? Increase the competitive differentiation. It seems like unclear a bit, that one. You mean between contractor and
Developer.
and who?
Between the contractor and the developer
Between contractor and developer.
to meet the client requirement. To meet the client requirement.
Developer is a contractor. So who will compete here?
Contractor and developer will meet the client requirement.
Why they need to be competitive? It should be what I have no idea about what do you mean by increase the competitive differentiation, because in construction material management, wastage control is safe management. So meaning that the contractor itself have to prepare, okay, to make sure that whatever they control on the site, so that they can have on budget, under budget. I mean within a budget, so that they can also reduce the waste, okay, the construction waste. But how to compete? Can you explain detail, Shikin? What do you mean by they compete between developer and contractor?
I think the term used is incorrect.
The term used is incorrect. So what do you want to explain here?
I mean its point is both contractor and developer will meet the client requirement.
So it's not the same meaning like that terms. So it's not the meaning, right?
Yeah, it's incorrect.
Oh, okay. So please be careful with the maybe if correct, but you have to know how to explain it. Okay, Nurul.
Okay, now I will proceed to the process of the material management. So the first one is planning. There are 4 major types of planning at site, which are including time, cost, material, and labor. The planning stage should be revised and monitored frequently in order for the work to be progressed accordingly. So the second process is receiving. There are 2 types of system of receipt in material management, which are receipt from the outside supplier and the receipt from the internal divisions. The third process is inspection. When material order reach the construction site, it is the responsibility of the inspector to inspect all the material that deliver to the site to make sure they do not have any mistake. So the fourth process is stacking and storage. Good storage should be located at site in order to store the arrival of the construction materials. The type of storage also depending on the site space, availability, and the company practice. So the last process is issuing material. The store manager should be responsible in issuing the material accordingly. The store manager is responsible to the consumption of the material at the site in order to prevent any wastage at site. So this is the waste hierarchy. The waste management hierarchy replaced the traditional waste management of reduce, reuse, and recycle. Then we expanded it into 5-step process where are the more preferred. The first one is prevention, reuse, recycling, recovery, and disposal. Okay, the first one, prevention. It's using less material in design and manufacture. In this stage, make sure that we keeping product for longer or reuse, using less hazardous material. For the reuse, we need to checking, cleaning, repairing, or refurbishing the whole item or the spare parts. The third one is recycling. It means that turning waste into a new substance or product, including compensating if it meets the quality protocols. For the recovery, means that energy recovery from the non-recyclable waste. It means that from the anaerobic digestion, incineration with the energy recovery, gas, and pyrolysis which produce energy. And the last one is disposal. This is the last step in the waste hierarchy. The disposal will goes to the landfill without any energy recovery.
Okay, back to the slide previously. Okay. Okay, all right. Class, there is many references about the waste control hierarchy. So this is one of it. And for your information, the basic concept to control the waste, they have what the famous one, 3R. Remember? The reduce,
Recycle.
reduce first.
Recycle.
Okay, reduce first, and then reuse,
Reuse.
and
Recycle.
recycle. Okay, 3, right? Okay. So do you know how many is the R today? How many? Before they always say 3R, 3R, 3R. Okay, reduce, reuse, recycle. So do you know nowadays how many are to control the waste? Anyone? There's no longer 3. How many numbers? Do you know or not?
Don't know.
5R?
5.
Yes. Okay. Some of you said 5. Other answer? Anyone? Any other answer?
I saw 9 hours of waste management.
9R now. You see? First is 3, and then 5, and then 7. And now they said you found 9, right? So there is more, actually, yeah, at the moment, I also saw only 9, okay, 9R. So if you look at, you can see, okay, they have, for example, like 7R, they include the first one, rethink. In order for you to
Rethink.
get the waste, okay, you have to rethink. And then you have to refuse similar with the prevention. Okay. And then reduce, okay, the 3R.
Reduce.
And then repurpose, okay. And then reuse, recycle is the normal one, okay. And then they have the what, the ROT, okay. It's like transform, okay, degenerate into something, okay. So these kind of things, what they can call as the transformation, and the movement, the improvement, or in order to control the waste, there is more approach, okay. It's not only for 3R, but the basic things, everyone agree with the reduce, reuse, and recycle. Okay, this is the basic concept. But nowadays, there's a lot of more the initiative comes in for to control the waste management. Okay, all right. Next.
The next is about the issue in the construction waste. There are several issues that I found. The first one is illegal dumping, profit maximization, lack of implementation, and law awareness. So illegal dumping. It's found that the total number of illegal dumping is 336 tons of the construction waste are disposed illegally in Kuala Lumpur in 2020. So it's a quite big number. The data that I get is from SW Corp. So the second issue is about profit maximization. The contractor focus on profit maximization rather than dispose the construction waste properly. The third one is lack of implementation. And the fourth one is law awareness about the effect that will happen. It will lead to the serious issue like air pollution, waste pollution, and others. By doing the small practice, following the construction waste practice, it usually can make a big difference. Okay, this one is about the current common practice of waste management. The first one is landfill method. The landfill disposal method was established by the National Solid Waste Management Department, Solid Waste and Republic Cleansing Management Corporation, and appointed the companies by zone through the inactive of the prioritization policy. So the second one is 3R concept, recycle, reduce, and reuse. The third one, illegal construction waste dumping. I will explain more in the next slide. Okay, this is the factors of illegal dumping activities. The first one is economy. Growing number of the waste generation is due to the several factors such as demand, living standard, population growth, and industrial urbanization. Due to the factor of construction waste generation has been contribute to the illegal dumping activity. Based on the construction waste from the Solid Waste Corporation Malaysia, SW Corp, the economic growth, increasing of infrastructure project demand, commercial building and housing project is the factors.
Why have two economies there? You did not update the point?
I think this errors.
3 points or 4 points?
There are 4 points.
So another one? Okay. So replace N? Okay.
Gerak sini.
You have to do manually.
This is a living standard.
Or living standard. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, it's okay. We are clear. All right, make it quick, Shikin.
SW Corp Malaysia has defined illegal dumping as a waste material dumped into the public, and it can affect to the environmental issue. In this case, waste material from the construction are not transported to the landfill, and it's defined as the illegal dumping activity. So this is the factor, 4 factor. Okay, that's all. Then I will pass to Mr. Zack to continue about the 3.2 type of construction waste.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Nurul Ashikin. Now it's my turn to continue this presentation for subtopic number 2, types of construction waste. Next. Before I go further, I would like to inform that the reference about this subtopic presentation was 10% obtained from web browsing and 90% obtained from this research paper. This research paper was published by NDPI on December 2022. What I read, the study intend to provide information on possible construction waste and the factor that lead to their generation to enhance project control. This paper was a research paper by 4 researchers from Malaysia, Pakistan, and India. 2 from Malaysia, 1 from Pakistan, and 1 from India. And the targeted population of the research was mainly construction professionals from Malaysia, Pakistan, India, and Middle East. I will be only presenting the findings of this research paper that related to my subtopic only. Again, in this research paper, there's a few findings, but I will not presenting tonight. I will be presenting the finding that related to my presentation only.
Okay.
Okay, next. As what has been presented by Ms. Shikin previously, she has read the definition, but the simple definition about the construction waste that I can say is it is any substance or metal things which is generated as a result from the construction works. That is a simple definition of the construction waste. And what it is important for us to know and understand about the management of this construction waste. It is, for me, it is nothing but to give us an understanding of the construction waste itself, so that when we understand the type of construction waste, it will help us. I mean construction related people. It will help us to dispose the waste in the right way. So next. So there are 2 types of construction waste. Number 1 is hazardous construction waste, such as asbestos, lead-based paint, solvent, and other toxic substance. Mostly I think when it comes to hazardous construction waste, is a chemical substance. So in Malaysia context, under the enforcement of Jabatan Alam Sekitar DOA, this hazardous waste, also known as scheduled waste, if I'm not mistaken, it's a scheduled waste. For further, I think we can refer to the related law detailing about the characteristic groups and codes of the schedule waste by registered under the law. So the number 2 types of construction waste is non-hazardous construction waste, such as woods, metal, concrete, plastic, asphalt, and other types of debris. Okay, next. So from this paper, what is the possible factor of how this construction waste exists in the first place, and what is the possible factor of how this construction waste exists in the first place, based on the study conducted by the researchers that I mentioned earlier. The author used their experience and knowledge of the construction industry to identify potential sources of waste. Also, the author also reviewed previous past paper to identify other possible sources of waste. from that paper, the author has presented in this table, which is consists of 18 possible ways that occur through the construction process. PW is a possible construction ways, number 1 into number 18. The number in the bracket is the reference. In the bracket on the right is the reference of the past paper that researchers use in their research. If I can read here, there's a few like wastage of woods in formwork, wastage of sand and soil, wastage of tiles. These are lists of possible factor of construction waste. I'm not going to read it all. Okay, next.
Good.
So what I did with this 18 list of possible construction waste, I categorize it into 5 categories that I think it is easy or precise to group them, to group the possibility of the waste production. The 5 groups are
Okay, Sir Zack, is it you are the one who categorized this group?
Yes, it's not the research.
Okay.
I categorize myself
Okay.
from the 18.
From your side, right? I mean from your own understanding, right?
Yes, from my own
Okay.
understanding,
All right.
I categorize.
That's good. You can later on proceed with the PhD, okay?
Thank you.
Okay, good. Okay, continue.
So the possible categorization of these factors mainly from number 1 is material handling and storage. Number 2 is construction practice and techniques. Number 3 is environmental factor. Number 4 is manufacturing process and work. And number 5 is workers training and utilization. It is what the category means is a waste generated because of the workers training and utilization, waste generated because of manufacturing process, and so on and so on, as what we can see from the slide. Okay, next. From the study, the researcher has made statistical analysis of the questionnaire distributed to selected response into the 4 countries that I mentioned: Malaysia, Pakistan, India, and Middle East. From the analysis, they rank the factor of possible construction waste from the lowest to the top. From their research, number 4 possible construction waste is providing access reinforcement in unwanted areas lead to waste of reinforcement bar. Number 4 is a possible factor. Number 3 is wastage of the tiles while cropping and placing them. Number 2 is improper usage of stone in the foundation leads to raw material wastage. And the number 1 from the 4 countries, the possible factor of construction waste is wastage of cement if it's stored for many days due to moisture.
Okay, so these findings, right? They have a top 4 rank for these factors possible contribute to construction waste, correct?
Yes, actually there is a top 18 from the 18.
Okay. Oh, the one that you already mentioned just now. So this is the top one. Okay.
So I just take the top 4 of the possible factors. Okay, next. From the research also, from the same study also, we can get the factor that leads towards the generation of the construction waste. What is the factor that leads towards the generation of the construction waste? The researcher has grouped the possible factor into 3 main category, which is number 1. The factor number 1 is a client client-related factor. The number 2 is a consultant-related factor, and the number 3 is the contractor-related factor, the one that I color in yellow. So if I can read a few, the client-related factor could be early delivery of the construction material, lack of finance during the purchase. For the consultant related factor will be like lack of site supervision. From the contractor related factor would be like, for example, change in the site workers, change in the site workers frequently. So also the reference on the right is the cited paper from the researchers used when they do the research. So next. So from the study, the researcher has made a statistical analysis as well of the questionnaire distributed to the same selected respondent. From the analysis, they have ranked the factor leading towards the generation of construction waste from the lowest to the top. But then also, again, I take only top 4 rank. The number 4 is the number 4 factor that leads towards the generation of the construction waste is inappropriate tools used for construction material, which is under contractor related factor. The number 3 is a lack of site supervision, which is under consultant related factor. Number 2 is rushing up the process without providing the required time, which is under client related factor. And the number 1 factor that leads towards the generation of construction waste in Malaysia, Pakistan, India, and Middle East is a change of the change in the order of the client, which is what we know here is VO. The VO what I can say is the cost of rework of certain work. Sometimes that work might already complete, but still need to be demolished and rework again, and then the construction and be wasted.
Yes, I agree with the findings. If you look at the findings there, they said the change order can cause leads to generate more construction waste. It's true. Like Sazak mentioned just now, actually the work is already done, but when the client not satisfied, so they have to demolish and redo the work again. So it can cause a lot of waste. Okay, so there is that's why it's a high rank. Okay, actually it's what is happening in the construction site. Yeah, good. Next.
Okay, next is the impact of the construction waste. The impact can be divided into 3 main categories, which is environment impact, the health impact, and economic impact. From the environment impact, the waste produced from construction is believed can contaminate the soil and water resources. It is also consuming more energy and natural resources in order to produce the material needed for the construction, but ending up to be wasted. Construction waste also can degrade the environment as well as deteriorate the landscape. And for the health impact, improper management of construction waste can increase the health risk caused by variety of diseases. And for the economy impact, the construction waste definitely can cause budget overrun and loss of profit for both, either from the contractor side or the client side. Everybody will lose if this construction waste not be managed properly. Okay, next. This is the fact that I got from website environmentgo.com. The website, this is the website promoting environment and natural resources protection. They said, and I quote here, the construction sector contribute to 23% of air pollution, 40% of drinking water pollution, and 50% of landfill waste. So from this quotes, we can imagine how big the pollution arising from these construction activities. So I think that's all. That's all from me, Doctor. I pass the audience.
Thank you.
I pass the audience to the next presenter, Mr. Ibrahim. I welcome Mr. Ibrahim. The floor is yours.
Hi, Assalamu alaikum for everyone.
Walaikum salam. Make it quick, Ibrahim.
Okay. The construction of waste reduction
Oh my God.
next,
Ibrahim,
construction waste reduction refers to reduction the amount of hazardous waste during construction.
everyone can hear him.
As we know,
Hello, everyone can hear Ibrahim properly?
I think it's his line.
Yeah, that's the thing.
hello.
Ibrahim, your line is not so good. So you are breaking like a transformers. So I don't know what happened. You didn't get a proper connection at your place?
I think, Doctor.
I
It's
want
it's helpful.
Huh? What, Nick?
and you me.
Okay, Ibrahim, try to continue.
Okay. Construction waste reduction refers to reducing the amount of hazardous waste produced during construction projects. As we know, construction industry generates, so waste should be avoided where possible, and this can be achieved through careful planning during design and construction. So next. And this is the waste reduction planning. The first plan is project planning, which is communication among staff, stakeholders, and flow waste minimization plan, and provide training and knowledge and reporting and monitoring, which is controlling and planning. And then the second one is pre-construction, that is to design stage and estimate design stage is designed for building for operational waste reduction. We need to design and process the operation, and we need to reduce and the control waste. And the we avoid and provide accurate volume of material needs. The effect of certification mining outside activities reduce construction waste segment, and last one on-site deploy procedure for handling and storage material, separating storage material use producing activities should be next. The initial phase of planning is crucial for project manager to focus on the reduction and even elimination of waste if is possible. So it is too important to inform personnel of the benefits in separating material, importance of regulating waste
It's gone. Ibrahim is gone, right?
And the sequence phase of construction areas that fit the role estimating and the project simply in the stage of the construction phase align with the global recycling philosophy of the 3R: reducing, reuse, and recycle. Next one. Waste prevention. Waste prevention. This is waste prevention, using less material in designing and manufacturing, and the keeping productive for long use. And the last is using less hazardous material. Next one. And this is waste prevention stage. First one is the construction and material. The good planning before ordering any construction material. And the proper stage. Proper stage will have proper stage in order to prevent any constructional materials being damaged. Design, prevent, and frequency design. Also planning before any order, and we need what we need before any order. Workers, some workers for training and to avoid lack of experience. Next. Contractor, developer, owner, and worker necessary and experts in order to develop better methods of prevention to avoid waste. And that's all. And I would like to look for Mr. Mohammed.
Okay, now Mr. Azhar will proceed with the case study.
Okay, thanks. Guru. All right, can hear me, right?
Yes, very clear.
Very clear, good. I will share my screen. Okay, you can see the slide.
Yes.
Okay, good evening, everyone. So I will continue the case study on the waste management plan. So I choose whatever site now I working. Then I choose the Sedenak data center at Johor Bahru, how we manage this waste management implementation at site. So this is the agenda. We are talking about the waste management plan. So we have the WMP, we call the waste management plan, to be submitted to the client in order to get the approval before we can implement this procedure. And then also I talk about the construction waste. So you need to understand the construction waste, what waste at the site based on the current design. And then how we are dispose this waste, record and control this waste. And then how we are give the waste awareness to the subcontractor, our staff, and our project operation team. Okay.
Sorry, may I ask you about the Sedenak data center?
Yeah.
What is the project about?
It's a data center building. So the data
the purpose for data center?
Sorry?
What is the purpose for data center?
Oh, data center is platform, the IT feed out, which is normally is ran by Google, ran by Amazon. They run the server.
Okay, so meaning it's like a building or it's like a facility?
It's a building.
It's
a building.
Like a storage building or what?
It's like a storage building, but there are a lot of IT server rack inside the building.
Okay, so how big is it?
How big? So it's about the GFA is about, I think, 200 meter times 100 meters. The building footprint.
200 meters times
Time.
100 meters.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
okay.
building footprint. And then 2 floors.
2 floors. Okay. So one structure, one building structure.
Basically it's 2 building structure, 2 blocks.
Or 2 blocks. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Continue.
Actually, I prepared this slide. So if you want to understand this building,
Oh, okay.
this is the building looks like. It's data center. And then there's a process before we start the work. So we need to understand all the sequence of works and then what material involved this project. So for example, here we have the spun RC parts, we have the precast, complete precast, and then normal RC works. We have the sandwich panel, and then we have the steel. And then we have a lot of machinery, so you can produce the chemical schedule waste later on, right? Yep. This is all about this. This is still structure lah.
So currently it's under construction?
Yes. Currently still under construction. So actually, it's a waste is come stage by stage. It's not all the way come concurrent. It's follow the stage of sequence of works lah.
Okay.
So currently, this is the progress of the work lah. So I taken this drone for video yesterday.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
This is the current, the below part.
Yeah,
The
below part.
Oh, so it's just like 10%, 20%?
Yes, about 10%. It's pilings and then rough foundation works. So most of the waste is come with the pilings, RC pilings, and then concrete, and then machinery, the chemical pollution, if any lah.
Okay. How long is the project will be?
Yeah, this is a commencement on 31st December 22, and then completion about 30 September 2024. It's about 19 months in overall.
2 years.
But in between, yeah, in between they have the sectional handover, which is month number 40.
Ah, I see.
Okay.
Good.
Okay, then I go to the next slide. So to understand this, it is a site logistic plan or site layout. You call it site layout. In Sunway, we call it a site logistic plan.
Okay, all right.
All right, this is a layout. So which is we focusing on the ingress, egress, and then laydown area we maybe contribute a lot of waste, and then guardhouse was through also contribute a lot of waste due to the before we the vehicle out from the site, so we need to go through this was through, and then we have an egress area. We have the site office area, so we contain domestic waste and then all the construction waste lah. Right, this is the logistic plan, and then I will go through on the waste management plan. So this is a sample of a waste management plan, which is we submitting to the client to get their approval and then to get their endorsement. So if I go detail inside this, you can see this PDF, right?
Yes.
Okay, this WMP, we call it waste management plan. We have a prepared by, normally it's all the way is under environmental officer. And then it's reviewed by our managers lah, the safety managers, and then the project managers to review this, and then also involve the project director. So it means all the way, all the site top management is aware on this waste management plan. So you cannot say the project manager cannot not aware, and then because they are going to pay some amount for this management plan, implementation of waste management works lah, right? This is a table of content. We have a general.
This one, the MP, this one is the standard, right? For your runway construction, right?
Yes, it's standard for the runway construction.
Okay.
But however, it's subject to the client. Sometimes we send and the client got comment and we need to fulfill the client needed.
Oh, okay, all right.
Okay, and then this is the content, distribution numbers, And then these are some info on the project, the scope of works, and then they need to understand the legal and others requirement lah. Most of the requirement is refer to Environmental Quality Act, DOE, Water Service Industry Act, Solid Waste, Public Cleansing Management. There's a lot of item need to comply on this lah. Quality alam, local government. So local government refer to the, let's say here, our project is under Kulai. So we need to get advice from the Kulai also. And then they have the role and responsibility all the way lah. Project director, engineers, environmental officers, site supervisor. So become from the person who give the direction, and then to the site supervisor, which is the person need to implement at the site. It's not only the paper, it must be implemented to the site. And then they have the waste control category of waste. Here we categorize construction waste, domestic, 3R recycled waste, scheduled waste, and sewage. So might be different from the other project. So what in Sunway is this the waste we categorize it. And then type of waste, timber, either concrete, steel, plastic, bulk packaging, domestic, paper, scheduled waste, and the sewage. And then the method we are going to control this. Either is reuse, recycle, sell, recycle, disposal, or reuse, recovery at this large.
So these numbers of types of waste, it will be differ, right, from other projects?
Yes, we will. Sunway use this standard. We have the general standard for the Sunway, but maybe
9 is the standard.
9 is our standard. But if you go the other project, maybe MRT, they have their own what we call the department on the environmental. So we need to follow them, how they categorize it.
Okay.
All
right.
Okay, and identification of temporary storage area. This refer to our site logistic just now. And then arrangement for collection and disposal waste. This is a procedure, how we are recording this waste. Mechanism for recording, so it's clarified here. And then we also have the cash policy, this color coding scheme for the waste management lah. So we declare this to the client. Blue is for paper, orange for the plastic, brown is for glass lah. And then for the schedule waste is chemical reaction waste is we call is SW305. This is a standard. SW305 is standard for all Malaysian. We use the SPEN 305 refer to the SPEN lubricating oil. And then this is the same lah. This is the standard they use all the way. And then this one, the contaminated soil debris. Okay. That's for the TMP. So I pass back to this presentation. Waste collection at site, if no proper maintenance at the site, so you can see at the site, normally if you don't have any proper plan for the waste at the site, because of the culture of the workers also, they dump everything in the container. So it's a mixed waste inside the container. You have the rebar, you have the plastics, you have the papers, everything inside. So for the concrete also, it is not managed properly. If no, you don't have any plan to dispose it and control it. Okay, and this one just now I mentioned in the TMP waste management plan. For the timber, we are going to reuse and recycle. For concrete, we recycle. Steel, normally we sell, but this the sell price is going to the company lah. It's not from our team. Plastic we're going to recycle, but packaging recycle, domestic waste is disposed, and paper is recycle, and then schedule waste, some is reuse and recovery. Sewage discharge lah. Okay, it is a duty and responsibility all the way from the project director to the site supervisor. I mentioned already in the just now. And then okay, a few example how we reuse the concrete. Currently, just now I show the current progress is most is piling and the RC works, right? So normally for the concrete RC spam pile, we hack this to the small debris, and then we recycle it. We use as excess maintenance for the excess. So we combine with the crusher run, and then we prepare the platform for the fabrication yard. So it save a lot because you know not required to pay much to order the crush RAM for the platform. So you can use this for temporary platform at the site lah.
Okay, how did you do the crush of that?
We use this breaker.
Oh, only use that thing. So okay.
Yes, we use this
So,
breaker,
so
and then
that one, okay, all right. So
Yeah.
it's good enough, right, to break into the small pieces.
yeah, it's good. You can see at the
Oh yeah, that one they make it,
site.
right? Oh,
Yeah,
right.
we
So
try
they,
and we'll
so they have another task to do to break this the pile, right?
yes. They have
Okay.
another task. Sometimes those maybe if too much we dispose outside lah. We send to the landfill and we dispose outside. But most of the item we recycle it to be a platform. Okay, and then some of the concrete waste also
So
we use.
when you decided to dump to the landfill, is it you will break it into small pieces as well?
It's
Or
not
you
small
just
as
dump
like
the big
this.
pieces?
It's break, but for the transportation purpose only.
Okay.
It's not break to the small pieces like this lah.
But
Maybe
just
down
okay,
Mm.
yeah. Smaller than that one, the big one. Okay.
smaller than this lah. And then we also use for the concrete. For example, we have a lot in the safety signage signboard. We need a pole for the signage, temporary pole. So we also wastage. We use wastage for that kind of temporary signage,
Very good.
temporary platform for the concrete waste.
Very good. So the idea mostly comes from the environmental officer?
Yeah, but environmental official team. So normally it's a combination safety and environmental team lah. It's actually one team, one group of the staff.
Okay, good.
And then, but it's still a lot we can use this wastage lah. And then for the timber, so we also recycle. We use the platform. We become a board for the information platforms. And then we use this one for the signages for the during toolbox. And then we use a drawing stand or rostrum during the toolbox, and then the toe board at the building edge. So we use lah. So because we cannot burn this timber at the site lah, is prohibited to do that, illegal. So we use whatever for this one lah. And then somehow I use this concrete waste for as my drone platform helipad taking off.
Okay, that's great.
I can use lah. Okay. And then for plastic, for example, we use for decoration, use mineral water for the flower pot. And then there's a lot of kind already like of this type of the recycle we use at the site.
Oh, so beautiful. Who did that? The workers?
This one by workers, but they have the committee to do this.
Oh,
So
okay. Interesting.
Okay. And then for the metal scrap, some metal which we cannot use, we sell. And then those we can use, we we transform into the cable hanger. Normally the electrical cable is laid on the ground, so we modify this to become a cable hanger, and then stand for the signages, and then we also modify to become a rubbish bin and ashtray lah.
Interesting.
Okay. And then basically all the ways whatever involve the recycle, you just need to be creative at the site lah. You can do a lot.
Correct.
Yeah. And then okay, we go to the site implementation on the waste management on the schedule waste. So it's contaminated soil. This is a sample we are display at the site to give awareness to the contractor, subcontractor, clients, and the consultant. So this we hanging in our toolbox area. So to understand what is the type of schedule waste. So here we have contaminated soil, spent hydraulic oil. This normally become from the hydraulic machine. Disposed contaminated container, and then contaminated rack, plastic filter, right? And then this platform lah we hanging at the side. Display board. Okay.
Nice.
And then for the disposal, so for the schedule waste, what we are practice at site, so we call it mechanical chemical waste facilities. So once we have that, so we need to understand the disposal method. We cannot simply land to the somewhere in unauthorized area. This must be incineration, 800 to 1,200 degrees burn to the waste, and then is backfill to the location lah, the landfill location. Only the authorized disposal area. Normally at Malaysia we have the quality alam and Putas Flora, which is located at Negeri Sembilan. And then before we dump the waste, we need to notify the DOE. So we need to fill up we have the SWIS form, ESWIS form, and then DW form to notify the DOE that we are need to dispose this waste to the authorized area. Then once we inform them online, so we are allowed to bring it to the landfill area lah. And then it's a backfill in a trust area, disposal area. So wherever landfill area, you cannot build up the construction over there lah. It's become maintenance areas. This one quite costly to dispose this type of waste. And then this is a sample. We have a landfill area nearby. Is an industrial at the Pontian. It's a worldwide holding berhal under landfill.
Oh, that's my hometown, Pontian.
Oh yeah, your hometown. Okay, our customer is Sin Leong Recycle Sdn Bhd and the contractor Sin Leong Recycle. So normally when we have the waste to dispose, we call them to dispose the waste lah. You cannot simply bring the lorry and then go out and just landfill everywhere you want. Like it's not possible like that. Like it's illegal. And then we go to the awareness at site. So basically we have a lot of these signage at the site. Fikir dahulu sebelum buang. So think before you throw about the concrete, metal and timber. And then we have the waste collection area. We indicate the timber area, concrete area, metal and domestic waste.
But the poster just now?
Yeah.
The poster they paste where?
This poster they paste working area.
Oh, okay.
Some is the walkway or rest area.
Okay.
Yeah, to give awareness to keep because the workers we need to keep aware them.
But this one in Malay, they do understand it.
We have the English here. Think before you throw.
But the workers are foreign, right? I mean, Bangladeshi or what?
Most of the workers Bangladesh, but the simple word Malay they can understand.
I see.
Also, we have the translator at the side.
Oh, okay. All right. Why don't you have a poster with like their languages?
Also, we have.
Oh, okay. Right.
I just not post here. Also, we have normally we have three languages: Malay, English, and Bangladeshi.
Okay. You should show that one so that we
Yeah.
can. Okay.
Okay.
We should show different 3 languages here: English, Malay, and also that Bangladeshi one. Yeah.
Yeah. I will post in the group later on if I find out.
Okay, good. So we can learn. Okay, next.
And then this area indicate where there's a waste collection for the waste container. And then we segregate by the type of waste lah. So, but this one is not fixed. Once you have the laydown area move, you also need to move the container, follow the sequence of works. Okay, and then this waste collection at the office at site, this is near to the toolbox area. So we have the 3R station awareness poster here to give the awareness to all the way, whatever in the site. And then also we have 3R station at the office lah. Okay, and then I think that's all for the
all right. Okay, thank you very much for your team. Okay, please everyone give a big applause to this team group 2. Okay, all right. So I want to make a comment first. Okay, for the presentation. Okay, so thank you for your cooperation. Okay, for your information, the group that I assign is based on your experience, okay? And then I mix up, okay, with those who are less experienced, with those who are have a lot of experience, and the medium one, okay, the middle one. So my purpose is to I want to see how that you work together in order to come up with this kind of assignment. Okay, so I think everyone we can see, okay, those who are lack of experience and those who are have more experience, they can explain more detail, right? But please take note, those who are lack of experience, I want you to do a detailed study because you are in master level. Okay, so what I want you to do is, can you dig more, okay, to understand your topic assignment, okay, to go in detail, not only in surface. Okay, so I give example what I've done by Sir Zach. Okay, his topic is simple. Okay, nobody will think to come out in that way. This is his initiative, okay, how he want to understand more about, I give a credit for it, okay, that you give an example like that. So I don't know how you communicate. Maybe did you inform the other team members? Please, maybe you can do like this, so that they can come up with that. It's just like assignment of the topic. Of course, they don't know what to do. So what I want other team members learn, okay, from this presentation group, that I hope that you can come up with more detail about your own topic, like what have done by Cizek. And also the case study is a new things. Okay, you don't have to go with the basic information. You already come up with more detailed presentation. So what I say is about other topic. Okay, so what you can do is, please understand the topic and try to dig what you can do more to understand, and you can present to all of us. Okay, can you get the idea? I hope that everyone can see how this could work, and you will see the difference between those who are okay, you have a plenty of time. Those who are not working, I think yet. Nurul Ashiki, are you working? I think you are not, right? You are full.
Not yet.
Yeah. So where is your commitment in order to come up with this presentation? So you have a plenty of time to prepare, I suppose, compared than those who are working, right? Ibrahim as well. Are you working, Ibrahim? You are full-time student, right? Ibrahim? I don't know, he's gone.
Yes. I'm not working.
So you are full-time student. You are supposed to have more time to study your topic. Okay, and give more attractive information and also explanation. This is what I want to see from all of you. Those who are working or not, I want to come up with this kind of what they call outcome, because you are is master level. It's not no longer degree, that you just come up with the surface information, theory, that's it. No, I don't want to see like that. So please learn from whatever Sir Zach presented, okay, which is a very clear, and also he tried to show us in a different way about the types of construction waste. Actually, it's simple. If you just go through the surface about that subtopic, is very simple. Just a few types of the types of construction waste, but he tried to find what is the factor that can lead to come up with these types of waste, which is good. Okay, please learn from this kind of example or presentation. Is it okay, everyone? Okay, all right. So actually I have my okay, everyone okay? Any comment? Okay, actually I want to share with you this my assignment, so that you will see how I come out with my project during my PhD study. Okay, for you, the time is now is almost 10. So what I can show, I want to explain more about this one because it's quite interesting. Okay, wait a moment, let me make it big. But I don't think I have time. I don't think we have time, but it's okay. I can explain it next week. I just want to show you. Okay, can you see my assignment looks like? During my PhD study, okay, those who are PhD candidate, they have to sit with the master students, 1-year course. Okay, I have to complete 1-year courses. So I have to join the master class group, and we have to submit the assignment and also attend the classes, and we have to get a grade 3.5 above in order for us to sit for the PhD candidacy. Okay, so I in the team with the master class. Okay, so there is assignment from the lecturer. Okay, so what happened? This topic, project performance management. So they ask about the construction productivity. All right. So they give us the assignment. Please come out any kind of topic related to productivity in the construction site, and we have to make a report. So can you see my report now? How it looks like? Everyone can comment. This is the report, the report. So how it looks like? Class?
Minimalist.
Minimalist. Is it minimalist? If minimalist only black and white.
Colorful.
Attractive.
Colorful.
Attractive.
Attractive. Okay, so I'm the only person who come up with this kind of report. The rest are typical report like your thesis, like your black and white template, you know, like a normal one, like a title, logo, and then just a normal one. Can you imagine it? The normal report that I suppose that everyone will prepare like that. This one is not what instruct by the lecturer to come up with this kind of report. This is my initiative to make it attractive. So what happened after I submit this one? Okay, we submit, everyone submit. Only 2% come up with this kind of report. Me and another one, my Japanese classmate. Okay, my Japanese friend. We didn't discuss about this because individual assignment. So the lecturer, when they discuss about our assignment, usually they will like this, and our lecturer, once we submit, the next week, the following week, or the next 2 weeks, he will brief all about our project, our assignment. So he mentioned in the class, they say that, oh, everyone, now you have another benchmark. You have to follow Lina and also Yamaji. This is your benchmark. They already submitted like beyond his expectation. You got what my point? So this is why I want you to come in. When I ask you to do the assignment, please put 100% effort. Okay? I want to mention this thing first. Okay, before I explain detail about this one, this content. Next week before we start for the quizzes, I will explain about this topic first. Okay, so everyone, is it okay what I'm saying now? Hello.
Okay,
Yeah.
doctor.
Yes, doctor.
Clear? Okay. Clear or not?
Now,
Yes, doctor.
Okay, because this quite detailed, and so I don't want to spend only 10 minutes for it. So what I want to highlight here is about the commitment, you as a master student. So please don't act like a undergraduate student. Okay, act like a master student. So please come up with your assignment 100%. Okay, I want you to come as a critical thinker. Okay, analytic person. All right. So if you see my example like this, I hope that you get the idea how you want to come up with the assignment. Okay, I just go through. This is how I come up with the report. Okay, so I will explain in detail. I think I have to finish the class earlier because I have things to do later on. Okay, so everyone get my point, right? So please take note, and I will brief you about this content. Okay, that is another side of case study like what presented by Asuha. Okay, is I have a question for Asuha actually for your presentation just now. I want to ask you now, Asuha, are you there? Okay, based on your you said that all the the plan, okay, in your project, that one, do you have a subcontractor?
Yes.
Okay. Did your management have a planning for this subcontractor regarding the WMP?
For the subcontractor, we have the clause which is they need to comply on the WMP waste management plan. So we normally the main call we provide all the facilities for the management waste disposal. So whatever subcon or business partner need to follow our procedure and our regulation at the site.
Oh, okay. So they just follow whatever that you already planned, right?
Yes.
Is there anything like, for example, you make agreement between the subcontractor that they have to manage 100% their waste?
What we have contract with them is normally they need to tidy up the area. Yeah. If they are if they are not following this, so we have a penalty. We state the amount of the penalty to the subcontractor.
Okay. Okay, that's good. Okay, it's good. All right. So it's like this, and WMP is not only for the main contractor responsibility. That's why I'm asking just now how the Asuha sites manage this one, because you see they have the subcontractor. So these things, subcontractor, they have to do their own work. Okay, so there is a waste. Okay, they will have a waste. Okay, for the construction waste. So what they have to do, like the good practice by Sunway, that's why I like Sunway. They are very systematic and strategic in order to do the construction management. Okay, so what they have done is right. That is how they have to handle with the other parties inside the construction site. So they have to make agreement with the subcontractor as well. Okay, you cannot once you already prepare the WMP, but you didn't communicate with your subcontractor how they want to follow your requirements, so on, it won't work. Okay, the waste will be still massive, because how many your subcontractor? A lot, right?
A lot more than it's about more than 20 subcon.
Okay. Yeah, so it's good that they come up with the penalized, okay, if they don't follow, and also they ask them to comply with all the whatever they already planned. Okay, and also they must tidy up their work after they, I mean the site after their work. Okay, so it's a good practice. Okay, that is one of the best practice. Okay, then I will share with you another example of case study from my own experience. Okay, that I visited a site. Okay, that the one that I make a report. Okay, so any questions, class? Not any question, you have to ask a question, at least two, before we end the class. Okay, I thought I want to finish early, but it's already 9:55. Okay, please, a question. Two at least. Not yet, you didn't ask. I'm the one who asked the what? The presenter. I think I make a rule, right, to ask from the audience. Okay, Nick, please hurry up, Nick.
Hello, hi, presenter. First of all, it is a very good presentation.
Yes.
And a very outstanding explanation by Azuha.
Right.
And I would like to ask a question to our expert panel, Mr. Azuha.
Okay.
Just
Hurry
kidding,
up.
Azuha. In your opinion about waste management, what do you think about waste incineration? Incinerator. Yeah, incineration. Yeah. What do you think about application of that technology, Azuha? Thank you, Azuha. Saja kacau.
Okay, I got it. All right, Asuha, be quick.
Incineration is a waste for dispose for the chemical contained waste, and then technology. Basically, I not really know the technologies over there lah, because normally as a main con we just call the OE and then inform them we are going to dispose this waste, and then the landfill will come and collect the waste.
Okay. All right.
Maybe they can explain
Okay.
more.
All right. Everyone ever heard about incinerator? Do you know where is the incinerator in Malaysia? Last time there is an issue they want to build nearby. I think where is it? Pahang. I forgot. With the hazardous waste for the incinerator, that one. Okay, actually incinerator is not necessary for the chemical waste and so on. They can use for the domestic waste as well. Okay, so incinerator is the burning waste. You know, the process is use burning. So they have to burn the waste and become the ash. Okay, there is the residual from the incinerator, and also they probably have the from the air. Okay, it can cause the air pollution as well. So incinerator, this one, do you know in Malaysia they said they have in Pulau Tioman, and then where is it? Anyone knows other
We have the Negeri Sembilan. We also
Negeri
got
Sembilan?
one. Yeah.
Sure, is it
Incinerator.
working or not? Because in Malaysia they have
Langkawi,
what again?
Langkawi also got
Yeah,
the
Langkawi, yes. Langkawi, Pulau Tioman, yes. These islands, they have this, they have the incinerator because they have lack of land in order to dispose the waste. Okay, that's why they have this kind of incinerator. So incinerator can, the technology, actually one of the best technology because the residual is minimal. Okay, compare than the landfill, you will destroy the land. But the incinerator, you just build the technology, I mean the facilities, and then they burn, and then the residual, usually they will throw to the, they will turn into other things to make it less hazardous. So the best practice for the incinerator is in Singapore, nearby us. Okay, you can figure it out. I will share with you one of that for the incinerator application. So for the construction waste, incinerator, I don't think it's the best practice. Either they have to make it small pieces, then they can. Okay, in Malaysia, they said that we are not can use the incinerator. Do you know why? Because our domestic waste is moist. You know, moisture is high moisture, because we have liquid waste for the domestic, for the food waste. So this is one of the difficulty or challenges in order for us to use the incinerator. This is one of the, they say is one of the barriers why we didn't use the incinerator, because in the incinerator, if you burn and there is a liquid, there is then another things. Okay, all right. Okay, because they have leachate. Okay, in a waste, so another chemical waste comes out. Okay, all right. So everyone, okay, only one question cannot, another questions.
Doctor,
Yeah,
may I
Shafiq.
ask? Okay,
Yes.
I want to ask Asuha again.
Ashwa,
Because they're
What
quite
about me?
quite interesting sharing your project. So I want to ask regarding your site recycle the concrete waste that I want to know with that concrete waste that you recycle into aggregate crusher, right? Is it used for specific use, or is it used for general use, which do you done the specific tests like sieve test, segregate test, to ensure that it is like the quality from the quarry?
okay, Ashwa,
Oh. Okay, basically that one we're not going to have any test because we use that for the temporary platform works. So it's not required for that test. We also not allowed to use that for the, let's say you want to be a base for the picket, for the picket is not allowed for that.
Correct.
Only for the
Okay.
temporary logistic, or you want to build a platform for the fabrication yard, then you can use that.
Temporary construction access.
Yes, only. And then later on we dispose also later on.
Oh,
Yeah.
so not used for permanent
It's not not allowed to use that. It's not allowed
Oh,
to.
So
okay.
this
Now
one,
I understand.
okay, this one they call recycle first, and then later on they dispose. So the purpose to have the waste control is to extend the lifespan of the waste. Okay, this one thing, meaning that you already try to recycle, end up okay, cannot, then you can dispose. At least they make it long lifespan of that waste. Okay, that is the most important thing. Okay. All right. Okay, everyone. It's already 10:02. Okay, so thank you very much for your cooperation, and we will see you again next week. Okay.
Doctor, I want to ask something.
Yes.
In last week, that you mentioned, we upload our slide in near future. Will there a new folder? Because I check there is no.
Okay, I will make it. I think I didn't make it for the group presentation.
Okay.
All right. Okay, thank you for the reminder. Okay, thank you, everyone. Okay, bye. Assalamualaikum. Yes.
Thank you, Doctor.
Okay, bye. Bye.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Doctor.
Welcome.
Thank you, doctor. Thank you.